Hey guys, welcome back to Super Mario Bros. 3. Today is November 2nd, and I messed up this video the first time because I somehow only managed to record the game audio and not my voice, which is so weird because I don't even remember changing any of the settings on my capturing software, but I'm kind of grateful that it happened because my commentary was really bad the first time I recorded this. I was just like, I was complaining about like the fact that my throat was dry. I was like talking about politics. I was like getting weirdly personal, and I don't know. I feel like it was just I was saying repeatedly like, "Oh, what is this commentary? This commentary is so bad." And I'm generally like not proud of those episodes because I don't think those are my best work. My best work is like when I'm calling this work. It's really not work. It's just this channel is just me messing around and hoping it comes out good. But like, you know, my best commentary is when I have energy. I'm in kind of the flow state. The flow state is what all these like creativity gurus. I read like lots of those books about creativity and, you know, being an artist, blah blah blah, etc. I don't know. I don't have much to say about World 3. It's like it starts off being the water level, and then like this level has nothing to do with water. It's just it's like the auto-scrollers from the first world, but slightly harder and slightly more annoying, and more of those weird, like... I'm not sure if those are supposed to be silver blocks or white blocks, and I'm not sure if they're in any other Mario game besides this one. But yeah, this... I don't even know what to call those things, like propeller platforms? Platforms that go spinny spinny... Yeah. I'm not gonna do the vine sauce thing. Okay, sorry, somebody texted me. Okay, cool. Yeah. You got a card. I don't know. Water levels are okay, just depending on if the controls are okay. And, but water levels in 2D platformers tend not to be special. And, in this game, the water level doesn't have much to do with water for most of it, but when it does, like, I actually do like the swimming levels. Just, they are... I'm glad there's not too many of them. Oh, that Koopa's missing his body, what the... I'm glad there's not too many of them because they are kind of slower paced than the regular levels. You know how like in DKC there's maybe only about 3 and I always compare everything to DKC. Oh, I messed around with this bit. I was just goofing around for so long and I kept doing making the same stupid mistake with this flying Koopa and these other enemies. I don't know what these other enemies are called. Just like spike throwing guys. I can say that I always thought the spiked balls that they threw look more like Oreos. So that's funny. Oh my god, Oreos. Oreos is one of my guilty pleasures. Like, they're so bad for you, but they're so good. I'm currently watching John O'Chrome play Super Mario RPG, and one of the funny bits about it is that for every episode, he always seems to have some story about cheese balls and some story about Pop-Tarts. But I don't know. I'm trying to remember, I don't remember how many flavors of Pop-Tarts I've tried, but not a lot. I don't know. I only get whatever's like at CVS, and usually there's only like 2 or 3 choices at CVS. but, you know, Pop-Tarts is one of those companies that makes, like, a million gazillion flavors. Not a million gazillion. Is this the Boom Boom I had to do twice? Spoilers, but... Like, why is this guy flying around? Is this when I told the flying cockroach story? Or was that the last episode? It's not even a very good story. It's just one time in my high school there was a flying cockroach. I'm pretty sure I told that story in the last episode. Was I talking about Pop-Tarts? There's like a cinnamon Pop-Tart, and that's my favorite kind. I think hot fudge is also pretty good, and maybe s'mores. And then either the regular, like, strawberry or blueberry kind. And that's the only kinds that I can really remember whether or not I've had them. So every time somebody talks about, like, some super specific, like, fancy Pop-Tarts flavor, I'm like, what? What store do they sell that at? Good, here I was just playing with the... Oh, now I'm noticing something weird about the water waves. Like, the top wave of water has like a blue background. That's stupid. Like, there's another, like, layer of background that's going on with the water thing. It looks weird. Again, I don't know how many of these things look kinda weird just because this game is old, or because this emulator is a little screwy sometimes, because I've noticed with other games that this emulator is a little bit screwy. I should try using it for other things, but I've mainly only used it for this and for trying to build like a complete N64 collection. The only problem is, like, I always have this thing where I'm, like, reluctant to try new games because, like, oh, I don't know how to play them or whatever. So I have games that sit around in my library and they just sit around and they sit there and they sit there and they sit there. You know, the video games used to be more special, like, because when I had a Wii and I would, like, ask my parents to buy games for me or whatever. Also, I screwed up big time here because, like, I can't get through. I can't get through, man. I do not enjoy these levels where the big fish eats you up, by the way. Obligatory, Jonah and the Whale reference. There's also a fish that eats you in Mario 64, and a fish that eats you in Yoshi's Story, although I have started playing Yoshi's Story, but I've still not gotten to that level. But yeah, I got very, very, very sidetracked there, but I was just saying that, OpenEmu has its issues. Like, whenever I try to play Donkey Kong 64, which I would like to do on this channel eventually, it has, some, like, very seizure-inducing glitches, so, some of those are funny, but I would not. I don't know. Whenever I do that, I will put a seizure warning for that Let's Play, because God, some of them are violent. That reminds me, the next project that I want to do is Anodyne 2, or one of the, like, 500 next projects that I want to do is Anodyne 2. Which I could make a video, be like, hey, these are all the ideas for, like, the next projects that I have, because Jonochrome did a video that was like that. Also, this is Japan. I think I was going around here trying to be like, oh, hey, you notice that this is the same shape as Japan? People probably know that at this point. I just realized that that's the same shape as a mushroom. That's great. Wonderful. Am I gonna play slot machine here for a while? I guess so. Let me sip some tea. This video might be sloppy because, like I said, it's post-commentary. But it felt good to do live commentary. The last two videos were the first time I had done live commentary in a really, really long time, because probably since, like, June. And today is November 2nd, so it's been a while since I did any live commentary at all. So yeah, that's cool. That's cool beans. Pick a box. It's content. I think I was getting mad here because I kept getting fire flowers over and over. Oh yeah, the reason I brought up Anodyne 2 was just because my copy of that game is slightly glitchy and seizure-inducing. Or not my copy of that game, but for, whenever I try to run that game on Mac. I went on so many tangents that I'm not even sure where to start over from. 3 flowers in a row, just like that other video when I got the 3 flower cards in a row. But yeah, I think I was saying something about, like, trying to get myself to play new games instead of playing the same games over and over and over, because I have bad habits where I just, like, play the same game over and over and over, and I think I would have more fun if I actually tried some of the games in my library. But yeah, I don't know. It's different when you're actually, like, buying them with your own money, or, like, asking your parents to get them for you. Like, because then, it was just different when I was a kid, because every new game that I got, I really looked forward to it. Like, getting a new game and then letting it sit on my shelf unplayed was unthinkable, and yet why do I do the same thing, with Steam? Why do I get a Steam game and then let it sit for months or sometimes years without playing it? And the reason well, sometimes games on Steam are free, or they're only, like, you know, they're free 99. That's a dumb joke. That's a boomer joke. But then you just never try them because it's like, oh, well, what if I don't know how to play it? I don't know. I just, you know, you make stupid excuses. So, last year I had a thing in January, or I guess this year. This year, January, I, like, intentionally went through my Steam backlog. And I'm gonna have to do that again pretty soon. I have a lot of games on this channel that I'd like to do. I just don't know the game super well because I've haven't really sat down and played it a ton. Either I'm worried that the games are difficult, or I'm gonna have to be using a walkthrough. But they're the kind of games that I would just like to, like, get the hang of before trying to, like, sit down and commentate them. I don't know. For some reason, the fact that I never beat them... oh yeah, the right side of the screen is kind of glitchy. I could try editing that to make it look better, or not. I did edit the left side of the screen just to shave some of it off, because there was a part of the left side of the screen that was just, that didn't look right. And again, this emulator is kind of screwy. So now we're in Japan. But yeah, every time I watch Jonochrome play Super Mario RPG, it reminds me of 2 specific games. And most people are probably not gonna know these games, but Super Mario RPG reminds me of both of these games for kind of oddly specific reasons. The first one is called Twinson's Little Big Adventure, originally for the DOS in 1997. And the graphical style of Super Mario RPG, which I really like, is this kind of 2D pre-rendered environments, and it's at this very kind of specific isometric angle. And that's really the only connection between that game and Super Mario RPG. But the other one, Moon Remix RPG, a lot of the same developers worked on Super Mario RPG and Moon Remix RPG. Oh, I had a lot of trouble with this Wendy fight for some reason. Must be the square burgers. Ah, great joke, original joke. In fact, if you have actually played Moon Remix RPG and know some of the secrets and Easter eggs in that game, you'll know that there's a character, well, this isn't a secret or an Easter egg, but there's a character called Noge, N-O-G-E, which is Geno, like the syllables switched around. So, and you know, both characters are wooden puppets. It's a very deliberate reference to the other game. I've called Moon Remix RPG almost... It's almost like Majora's Mask without the Zelda elements. Like, without the dungeons or boss fights or fighting enemies or whatever. It's almost like if Majora's Mask was just strictly an adventure game. Like, just the side quests. It's kind of hard to describe because it's such a unique game. But it's also, it's not isometric, but it's kind of a similar graphical style to Super Mario RPG. It's like 2D, fixed perspective. Okay, World 4. I've never found World 4 that hard. I talked about, I started playing this game around when I was maybe 12 or 13 years old, and I started out by being quite bad at it. And I would get to maybe World 3 and then give up. And then I would start the game over. And then get to maybe like World 3. And World 3 I remember was... It's kind of a significant difficulty spike from Worlds 1 and 2. But then World 4 is kind of relaxing compared to World 3. I never found World 4 too much of a challenge. And part of that, it's not really meant to be a challenge, it's just kind of laid back because it's more focused on the, you know, gimmick of like, oh, everything's giant, look at how strange everything looks. Yeah, that was the end of that thought. Gosh, I'm sorry that this commentary is disjointed, but at least I feel better about it than the original attempt at commentary. The only thing that I miss from the original commentary, which I don't even miss it anymore because I'm gonna talk about it right now, is my dad and I tried a new pizza place in my neighborhood. It's called Goodfellas Pizza. And the pizza was but the atmosphere was kind of cool, so again, I don't even know if saying that is like something I should avoid, like talking about pizza places in my neighborhood, because it's like, oh, people are gonna dox me. People are gonna find out where I live, and, you know, and Sniper Wolf is gonna show up. When the fajitas come out sizzling, I mean, I'd be sizzling them fajitas too. Or I'd probably be calling them fajitas, but, you know, no, they're not fajitas. It sounds like a disease, fajitas. What's that one product? It's called Vagisil. No, but my dad has psoriasis, so is it psoriasis or no? Is it scoliosis? He has some I think problem with the nerves in his leg. Anyway, I feel bad for him because every time we walk around, he's been limping. But what can you do? I mean, my dad's 65, so I always find it interesting the age gap between people and their parents and how it can be so wildly different. Like, most people, I guess in America, like, people have have kids pretty young. I guess, like, not in America necessarily, but in, like, developing countries, but I'm not sure. Like, people tend to have kids pretty young, like, in their 20s. But my dad's, like, almost 40 years older than me. So I just think that's interesting. Like, how does that change your relationship with your parents? I know some people have, like, even wider age gaps with their parents. So, yeah, it all affects, I think, certain aspects of, your relationship. I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's not that deep, bro. It's not that deep. Anyway, next time on Super Mario Bros. 3, we're gonna have some New England clam chowder. Is that the red or the white? White!